Hi, welcome to Local Flavor. I'm Deborah Anderson, and today we're going to be making Kung Pao chicken spaghetti. So if you've got a hankering for something oriental, and this is a perfect, easy solution. Full disclosure, it is easy, but it has a lot of different ingredients that you don't normally have in everybody's pantry. So in that case, it does make it a little difficult. There's a lot of ingredients, but they're all things you just use a little of, and once you buy them, they're in your pantry for years and years. So you just have to read carefully the instructions once. It's also got quite a bit of pans to use, so sometimes I hedge on that, but all the steps easy. So we're going to start with the Kung Pao sauce, and I'm going to start with chicken stock. You can buy canned chicken stock. I actually always use the powdered chicken stock just because I like that it's a little saltier, and I'm going to just be honest, and I like that you can make as much as you want and not have a bunch left over in a can that just rots. So I'm going to pour this in cold, and then I'll start whisking it together, but I don't want to turn on the heat yet because I need to put in cornstarch, and we really want to whisk that together while it's cold, or else you would get really lumpy. I turned it on thinking, well, this induction cooktop, it gets hot so fast. So usually I'm used to the stove taking a long time to heat up, so I started it, and it was a gloppy, disgusting mess. So please don't turn on your cooktop until you've got it all smooth. See how nice and smooth that is? So then I'm going to turn on my cooktop, and I'm going to set it at 275. This is going to need to boil and then simmer. And so at 275, that's over 212, the boiling temperature. But if I put it down one more click, it's only 175. It would never boil. So that was 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken up our sauce. I'm going to get my little list so I don't forget anything. Now we're going to put in 3/4 cup of soy sauce. Oh, look how slow it comes out. 3/4 cup is a lot. So for all the steps, like I did not put in very much of the chicken stock mix because it's pretty salty. Soy sauce is pretty salty. We're making spaghetti. You do want to salt the water a little, but not very, because there's plenty of salt in this. You can get low sodium if you need to. Same with the peanuts. You can get those without. And a 1/2 cup of dry sherry after this. Nope, this one. This was something I didn't think we had on hand, and then I was cleaning out the pantry. This is my new one. I found 2 other open bottles, so I don't know what we're using sherry for in our house. But now I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of chili paste with garlic. This is some I got at Destination Kitchen quite a while ago. I'm just going to estimate on this. But you can also get it at the grocery store. It's the one that it's like a glass jar and it has like a rooster on it. This is a little darker. I think it has a little bit of sweetness in it. Now we need 1/4 cup of sugar. Now a couple of tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Did I say tablespoons? Yes. Oh look, this one comes out slow too. Probably to keep you from making a mess. Interestingly, I have splashed it all over the counter, so don't tell anyone. And then a couple of tablespoons of sesame oil, which I put away. Excuse me. I always have to smell it first. It smells so good. Do you like sesame chicken? Because it smells a lot like that. It goes in here. Okay, now for this, I'm going to need to bring this to a boil. And then once it's boiling, I'm going to turn it down and simmer until I'm going to use this spoon, and I want to simmer it until, see how it's not sticking to the spoon at all? I want it thick enough that it starts to stick to the spoon. That is going to take probably, depending on how fast your oven is, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 3 if you let it boil too long. So we'll take a break here and wait for it to thicken, and I'll come back and we'll make the chicken part of it for you.
New technology comes out every week, and it can be hard to keep up with new features and buttons each new phone, computer, and tablet have. You could soon be the tech-savvy person in your family if you watch Nex-Tech University. Available on Nex-Tech Channel 1 and Nex-Tech VOD, Nex-Tech University will give you the tips and tricks to master your latest device and make you the person friends will run to with questions. Watch Nex-Tech University on Nex-Tech Channel 1 and video on demand.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Oh, let's see who's free.
Jerry?
When insurance agents work for only one company,
Michael?
their options are simply limited.
Everybody!
But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Let us shop for you. Contact Rogers & Associates to learn more.
Nex-Tech Local 1 brings you What's Happening Now, a show dedicated to events going on in our area. If you have an event and would like to be a part of What's Happening Now, contact Jenny Liker at 785-625-7070.
Great news, Nex-Tech customers. Now you can play Sunday Funday Bingo every week for your chance to win cash prizes and free service. Play along with your bingo cards included in your Nex-Tech bill, or go to nextech.com/bingo to print out your own cards. Tune in to Nex-Tech Local 1 Sunday nights at 6 p.m.
Bingo is brought to you by Genuine Appliance American Mattress, Angels Care Home Health, AquaShield Roofing and Construction, Rogers & Associates Insurance, Cedarview Assisted Living, Nex-Tech Wireless, All Faiths Funeral Chapel, and Better Water.
Hi, welcome back to Local Flavor and our delicious Kung Pao chicken spaghetti. We have finished the sauce. See how it's sticking to the back of my spoon really well? It smells delicious in here, but we're gonna set this aside and I'll put the lid on it to keep it warm because we got to start making our chicken now. Also, at the same time, I'm gonna be putting our spaghetti in. I've had the water boiling, so it's about ready for me to put in the spaghetti. What I'll also do is I'm going to get my next pan ready. This is for cooking the chicken. So I'm going to let this oil heat up. Even though the pan gets hot instantly, the oil will take some time to heat. So I need a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons. And then this will heat up while I prepare the chicken. Olive oil is an interesting choice. It has a really low smoke point, so it's not often used for frying, but we won't be frying this for very long. So if you see it starting to smoke while I'm putting in the spaghetti, scream so I can come and take attention to it. Okay, I've got my water boiling, so I'm going to put the spaghetti in. It's a whole pound of spaghetti. See, this recipe takes quite a few parts of all your cookware and all of your cooktops, but it really is easy other than the fact it uses a lot of stuff. Okay, next I'm going to whisk together 2 egg whites and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And this will be what we coat the chicken in. I have cut up about a pound of chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast like we always get. Oh, I broke it, so I can't save it right now. Sometimes you can save these and make custard, or you can just give them to the neighbor's cat. Don't tell. Okay, another 2 tablespoons. We use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in the sauce, and we're going to use it again in this coating for the chicken. And I'm going to change something up in a little bit. Normally, the garlic that we're going to put in here shouldn't be put in till the end, but because this garlic is pretty hot, I'm actually going to add it sooner so it'll have more chance to cook down and make it a little more mild. So I'm going to mix this, whisk it up until it's really well blended but not frothy. Oh, why not frothy? This looks like it's starting to get pretty hot. I don't want to have my rings on now for some reason. And now I have already cut up this chicken. Boneless, skinless chicken breast, about a pound. And I'm just going to coat it really evenly with this. And I'm going to pour it really carefully into the pan, and I want it to be like almost like a pancake, that it's all in one big lump. There, I'm getting a little sizzle. I think I maybe should have had this a little hotter. It looked like it was bubbling to me, but I made a mistake. Let me crank it up to max sear and see if that will help. I'm going to let this cook on one side, and then I will flip it over all in one piece and cook the other side. And while it's cooking on this side, I'm going to put the garlic into it. Some of these heads of garlic are pretty big. It takes 4 heads of garlic. I'm going to cut them in half. And again, I'm only doing this because this particular garlic is pretty hot. That was hard. It'll be good on the chicken though. And you'll notice we didn't season the chicken very much. All we did was put cornstarch and something to coat it with, but there's a lot of flavor in that sauce, so we didn't need to season the chicken. I'm trying not very successfully to get it on the corners where the chicken is not. Oh well. Why don't we take a short break while I finish putting in this, and when we come back, I'll try to come back very quickly and we can flip this over and start breaking it apart.
In a recent independent study that compared Nex-Tech and the local cable company, internet pages loaded 16.9% faster with Nex-Tech internet and performed better in every category tested. Leave your slow internet behind. Switch to Nex-Tech and we'll give you a month free just to try it. Plus, mention this ad and the code BESTPRICE, and we'll give you a great discount too. Certain restrictions apply. Switch to Nex-Tech Internet, proven to be the fastest. Imagine for a moment 3 ripe, crisp apples. The first apple costs $1, the second $10, and the third $30. They all taste the same, so you buy the first one, right? Now imagine your cell phone company. Nex-Tech Wireless offers 2 lines and 4 gigabytes of data for $80. US Cellular charges $90 and Verizon charges $110. Switch to Nex-Tech Wireless to stop overpaying for your cell phone service. Ask about the Samsung Galaxy S6 for $0 down.
Angels Care Home Health, serving Russell and all the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality, skilled nursing services to patients in their homes or wherever they reside.
She takes my blood pressure and listens to me breathe and asks me how I'm doing.
Whatever the need, Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Contact Angels Care today for more information on our home health services and how we can help you stay healthy. Angels Care Home Health, we serve patients.
Dignity, respect, professionalism, commitment, and fairness are the 5 core values you can expect from All Faiths Funeral Chapel in Smith Center. At All Faiths Funeral Chapel, they consider it an honor to serve you and your family and their community. Built in 2010, their large state-of-the-art facility includes dining and reception hall to accommodate large funeral dinners, even anniversaries and weddings. They also sell customized monuments and offer pre-arranged services. All Faiths Funeral Chapel in Smith Center.
Welcome back to Local Flavor and Kung Pao Spaghetti, Kung Pao Chicken Spaghetti. And this is the chicken in it, and it's finally boiling the way it should have been. So I'm going to get ready to turn this. I'm going to try and turn it all in one piece. So I've got one of my biggest. Oh, I failed. There we go. I bet I got it all over my pants. This little equipment, it always gets shut in our dishwasher sideways, and so it is looking pretty weak. But I've been trying to find a new one, and they're hard to find. I'm going to let this cook for just a second, and then I'm going to use this paddle to start breaking it up. But I want to get it nice and cooked first. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and turn it down just a titch. And I'm going to drain our spaghetti so it'll be ready to all put together. It is kind of something where everything's ready at once, so you got to be ready. So give me just a sec. Now, in case this takes too long, it's all going to get mixed together anyway. Normally you would put the sauce in with the chicken, but since our spaghetti is done, to keep it from getting sticky, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the sauce in here just to keep it from getting too sticky. Not all the sauce, just a little. And then I want to keep, sorry for that. Want to keep lids on those, keep them warm. Now I'm going to start breaking apart the chicken into individual pieces. And once I've done that, I'm going to add, I think it's a cup. Yeah, a cup of peanuts. That's what makes it the Kung Pao. Right? When you order Kung Pao chicken, it has peanuts in it. Well, some people only get sweet and sour. That's why they don't know. You know who I'm talking about. Okay. It actually looks like too much oil, but it does, once you get it all separated out, you don't drain it. It does use it all. And I started thinking, there's no vegetables in this. How many times a week should we be eating this? So let's go ahead and stick in our peanuts. I need a cup of peanuts. And I'm going to let those stir in for no more than 30 seconds. And then I'll add the green onions, which is, I use one bunch of green onions, about coarsely chopped. And then we just stir it all together. No more than 30 seconds for those. I love the peanuts when it's fresh. I still like them left over, but as the peanuts stay in there, they start to turn a little translucent. Kind of like boiled peanuts, if you ever have heard of those. People used to put them in their Pepsi in the South. Not me. Doesn't that look good? Look at all that green onion. Look at that. It actually looks awesome. So that is cooked down enough. We don't want anything translucent. The chicken is done. And now I'm going to pour on all this sauce. And I can turn off this burner now. Look at that, look at that. It smells like a real restaurant in here. But everything pretty easy, don't you think? Just a lot of steps. So now I'm going to turn this off, and since this pan is bigger, this will be the one I mix it all in. Well, let's see if we can do this without an emergency. Get that out of the way. Oh, it's so quiet in here without that cooktop going. These will not taste like spaghetti, of course. It's going to be like lo mein noodles without having to find lo mein noodles. So, we're ready to taste it. Oh, it's so hot. Look at that. How's it look? You guys never answer me. Okay. I had to get a fork, but this is going to taste so restaurant quality, and it's, I mean, we just whipped it together. Probably it took maybe 20 minutes. So good. Very sweet, very tangy. Love the peanuts when they're fresh. You have got to try it at home. I'm going to finish this. We'll see you next time on Local Flavor.